The secret to referrals is not just asking, it's how you ask. And today, I'm going to teach you how to incorporate FusionPoints when you do. Hi, I'm JeffCWest. I'm the award-winning author of 4 business and sales parables. I have over 30 years of successful sales and leadership experience across multiple industries. I've shared the stage, both in person and virtually, with legends like Bob Burg and Brian Tracy. I know what it takes to help you win in sales and leadership, and I'm here to help you do exactly that. So let's get started. In our video series, I've been teaching you how to incorporate FusionPoints into your business model so that the people you're working with are comfortable taking that next step with you. And it's basically FusionPoints being the combination of positive emotion connecting with logic in the 2 parts of the brain. They come together and they produce a decision, and the person is comfortable taking that next step. We mentioned that there's 3 ways that you can actually make a person you've never met be open to your request for that first meeting. One was to generate a referral or an introduction from someone they already know, like, and trust. The second was priming the prospecting pump, creating positive emotional touches before you ask for that first meeting, and we went into depth on that one last week. And the third point is how you'll use the phrases that focus on their value from your proposition. Today, I'm going to spend a little time teaching you how to incorporate FusionPoints in the way you ask for referrals and in the way you ask for the meeting with your referred lead. One of the best ways that you'll ever create FusionPoints between yourself and an existing client is to ask for referrals in the exact way I'm going to teach you how to do. You're going to do something similar to what I taught you in priming the prospecting pump, but in this case, you're priming that referral pump. Call for a meeting with your client. In that meeting, start off by expressing your gratitude for their business. I mean, think about this. You feed your family, you build your lifestyle based on attracting your clients. Well, you certainly are grateful, so let them know that. And second, set up your referral process in a context like this. Tell them, I meet a lot of contacts out there. I do business with a lot of people, a lot of companies, and I'm always prospecting. What do I need to be looking for to know if someone I meet is a good referred lead for me to send your way? What questions do I need to be asking them to know if they would be a great client for you? And then listen. Now, it shouldn't shock you when some of them are surprised at how you handled this. As a matter of fact, the first time that I did it, the gentleman took off his glasses and he says, "Well, I want to thank you first." And I said, "Why?" And he said, "Well, Jeff, I've been in business 30 years. Salespeople are always asking me for referrals. You are the first to ever ask how you could refer business to me, so thank you." But then take notes as they tell you what to look for. Take notes and really try to understand it from their perspective. If you really want to kick this up into high gear, while you're sitting in front of them, pick up your cell phone. Have a couple of client names in mind already and call them in front of them. Tell them that you've got a connection you think would be valuable for them, that you know, like, and trust the person you're sitting in front of, and say, "I would like to make that connection for you. Do I have your permission to do that?" And when they say yes, which they almost always will, say, "Thanks, I appreciate that very much." You hang up your phone and you write the person's contact information and the name and you give it to them on the spot. Do that a couple of times. I'm a big believer that everyone is more comfortable if you get permission first and then refer them to someone. So if you have to do this in an email context, what I would do is send an email out and say, "Bill, I've got a friend named Jeff. I think it would be a valuable contact for you to make. Jeff is in this industry. I know, like, and trust him. With your permission, I'd like to make that connection for you guys." They'll almost always say yes, and when they do, then you send the email to both parties at that point and just introduce them to each other. "Hi, Bill, this is Jeff. Jeff's my friend I told you about. I'm excited to make this connection between the two of you. Hi, Jeff, this is my longtime friend, Bill. He's an excellent person, and I know you'll take great care of him." And then you send that email, and the two of them will connect from that point. If you set the stage first by you doing this process and everyone's comfortable with it, what you'll find is your client's going to be comfortable as well, and they'll start referring business to you in the same way. Then help them think the process out. Get specific. So ask questions like, John, when I mention the term of the idea of a CPA, who comes to mind for you? Or if I were to ask you, who are your favorite vendors? Who are your favorite suppliers that you do business with that you feel the best about that relationship? You'll find often in a business-to-business context, if someone's not sure about giving you a referral to one of their clients because they're not sure how the client would feel about that, they almost always will give you referrals to their vendors. They don't worry about that as much in that context. You can even generate an email template for that client that will be your referral source. Make it something very good, very simple, very comfortable that they can then send to the person they think would be a good referral for you. Something along the lines of, what I said earlier, mentions your name, what you do. It says that they know, like, and trust you, and that they would like to make the connection. Would that be okay? And in almost every case, they'll say yes. And then you can even, at that point, give them the template that they would use to make that common introduction for both of you. But if you'll do a couple of things like that that make it easier for them to refer you, everyone's comfortable and the process goes smoother. Remember that prior to ever even meeting that person, if you've created a fusion point with them by getting an introduction or a referral from someone they already know, like, and trust, you're not just borrowing that credibility, you're borrowing that fusion point, that positive emotional connection in the brain with the logic of why you'd like to meet with them. So that's enough for today's video, but I'll promise you, when you learn to do this process well, you will increase the number of people that say yes to your first request for a meeting. We'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.